My dad gave the business to my brother, so I left. My older brother, 30M, went to university and then worked in the city as an accountant, while I, 27M, started working for my father as a plumber at 14 and went to college to get a degree in plumbing and gas fitting. Around the time COVID-19 began, my brother moved back from the city and started working for my father, 54M, in accounting. My father has been sick for the past 4 years due to asbestosis, which has been extremely difficult for the family, and he is getting worse but still enjoys life. I've been running the business for the past 2 years, and we've expanded to 50 vans in the fleet, each with 1 qualified and 1 trainee plumber. COVID-19 was difficult at first, but we've recovered. My father still works with me on tools on Friday afternoons, half day, then back to my place for some beers. Friday is the only day I'm on tools now because I'm busy running the business. Last month, my father told the family that he is stepping down from the business due to health reasons and wants to spend more time with my mom. He announced that he is giving the business to my brother and that I should step down from acting CEO, which upset me. I've been with the company for 12 years. Initially, it was just me and my father. My brother never wanted to be in the business because he thought it wasn't worth his time, but now he's the boss, and I've been demoted to a heating engineer with a £20,000 pay cut. He has no idea what we do or how to do it. I talked to my dad, who told me that my brother deserved it for everything he has done, that he has a family while I don't, and that he went to university. Many of the workers are upset about the decision and have told me that they will follow me wherever I go. I told my father that if that's how he feels, I will leave and start my own business. I have not spoken to my father or brother since and have told them not to contact me again. Over the last month, I have received thousands of calls and messages from family members saying very hurtful things and telling me I am selfish. Edit. Hearing my dad tell me in his own way that he doesn't think I'm good enough was tough, and having my family take his and my brother's side was even harder. Tomorrow morning, I'll contact the large clients I've worked with over the last 7 years. I know we had some sites delayed due to COVID-19, big cash, and I'll try to take them over. I have 25 of my colleagues who want to work for me, and I've saved nearly all the money I've earned over the last 12 years, so I believe I'll be able to get back on my feet. Update. I'd like to inform everyone that I'm not starting a business to destroy my brother, as much as I want to. I've spent nearly 13 years building it, and I don't want to see anyone lose their jobs or the business fail. It's about 5 a.m. in England, and you've all helped me so much. I'll be going over to see my dad around 9 a.m. and taking him out for breakfast to talk. I'm not sure if I'll get a proper answer from him, but I love my family and want my future children to know them. Update 2. When I arrived at my parents' house this morning, my mother opened the door and looked like she had been crying a lot. My father came over to talk to me, and we went out for breakfast. He didn't say anything on the way there or when we arrived, but on the way back, he asked if we could pull over and talk. This was the first time I saw my father cry. I asked why he did this to me. He said he didn't know. I kept pushing, and eventually, he said that he owed my brother for not being there for him as much as he had been for me when we were growing up, and that there were times when my brother needed him, but we were at work. I couldn't believe it. After 13 years of hard work, that was his reasoning. I told my dad that I had spent half my life working to do everything for the business, and being thrown to the side just because his other son came back hurt more than I could explain. He told me he understands, as they had been shown the post I put up. To my surprise, he wasn't mad, he seemed remorseful. He told me my mom has been in pieces after reading the comments about how badly she treated me and thinks I will never talk to them again. My father told me after reading everything, he realized he should have divided the business between us because it would require both of us to continue moving forward. He apologized to me for never telling me how proud he was of everything I had accomplished. While my brother has full rights and my father has no say anymore, my brother would never go 50-50ths. He told me he wanted me to come back because my brother would need me. I told him it wasn't my problem anymore. After they demoted me and cut my pay, I tried to make it work for 4 weeks, but my brother wouldn't listen, claiming he knew how to run a business. So I left. Why should I work my butt off there when I could do the same thing and make more money for myself? My father broke down, saying that he had ruined the family and should never have done what he did. I don't understand why it took him so long to realize my value. I was a valuable asset to the business. Update 3. Had a couple of Zoom calls with clients today, and they went really well. They said they'll be sending over signed proposal letters for upcoming projects. Luckily, the start dates for the sites don't overlap, which was a big relief for me. On another note, 3 of my colleagues have left the company. They talked to my dad about why they decided to leave and mentioned they're planning to join me, entirely by their own choice. Hearing them tell me this meant a lot because they all have between 10 and 15 years more experience in the industry. At the moment, I have everything we need to start a new business with the 3 vans I own and the tools I've built up over the years. I'm looking forward to the new chapter in my life and can't wait to share it with my kids when they arrive. My father then called and asked me to come over for dinner. I was unsure at first, but thought it was a step in the right direction. When I arrived, my entire family was there. When I walked in, the atmosphere changed. My mother refused to look at me, and my brother sat there as if I did not exist. My father asked me and my brother to come into his office. He started asking when I was going to return to the business because they needed me Thursday morning. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, so I told them both that I wasn't coming back and had started my own company. And what do you mean by we? You gave the company to him, I said to my father. My brother began to lose his temper, saying that if I cared about the company, why would I leave? I told him that I have always cared about the business and spent the last 13 years of my life working to make it successful. Unlike him, who swans in and takes all the glory, I will not sit there and be treated that way. I told my brother to F off so I could talk to my father. I asked what that morning was all about and he apologized, expecting me to go back to the company. He couldn't even look me in the eyes, so I left and said my goodbyes to my nephew, cousins, and nieces. Then I walked out. I've been driving for about 3 hours on and off, coming back here to talk to people. Final update. I've had a lot going on in the last few weeks. I'll try to explain as much as I can. The new business is going very well, we have a lot of work coming in and are making good money. By the end of the year, I plan to expand, so I'm very happy. My fiancée and I are so happy because she is currently planning her dream wedding. She wants me to wear a suit, but luckily, I'll be wearing my kilt. I could not be happier than I am right now, waking up to her every day. She is always there for me and has been a rock through it all. As for my family, my dad and brother still refuse to talk to me and have informed me that they will not be attending the wedding, despite not being invited. My mom has called my fiancé but hasn't said much except to ask about wedding plans and will not speak to me. My fiancé's family has been wonderful, and my soon-to-be in-laws have been very helpful with the wedding and everything else. I am extremely grateful for everything they have done for us. My other family members have now backed down, apologized, and wish to make amends for everything that was said. Thanks, Reddit.